It became very apparent that there was an inequity across the region, that the food was not flowing to the communities that are either distant or off the mainstream or the remotes. If you're a child in some of these remote communities and you're going to be plagued by having access to poor quality food, malnutrition is a common issue. Diabetes is rampant. They're struggling. Getting food that we take for granted into those communities is a huge challenge. The cost to fly food in, if you're taking a look at the average air cost, it's somewhere between $1 to $2 a pound.
Food is very expensive up there. For a jug of milk, 4 liters, like about $16, $17. It's a very hard thing to provide food. So when we do get the food, it all goes pretty quickly.
A lot of them are accessed only by air through 9, 10 months of the year, and for a very short, brief period of time by ice road in the wintertime. One community that I arrived to, and I was greeted by the crisis workers, and they had just had 3 suicides the week before. The crisis workers told me that the food came at a good time because they use the food to open doors. So they go to communities that they know, families that are struggling, and the food is a way to start a conversation. So we would take some food from the warehouse and ship it either by truck or by trailer or by air, and so that we started realizing that it's a huge challenge. It's a much bigger problem than we anticipated, but quite frankly, our commitment is to let no one go hungry. Really healthy product. When we take a load of food up that comes from the gleaners, for example, getting fresh vegetables, potatoes, juices, it's expensive.
Well, ever since I've known Volker, maybe at least a few years, I think it's been very positive. That was never our intent to burden Canada, to burden the government, to burden everybody around us, you know. Our intent was to live free, live off the land.
There's a lot that's missing in the north, and my push personally is not only to get food to the north, and that requires money for transportation, because for me to get a load from southern Ontario to the community is $10,000. One of the diabetes workers in Sandy Lake, and he said it made a huge difference to his clients. So when they were excited about getting some of these vegetables particularly, and they were using their programming, it really helped their program. I think every person in Canada is entitled to have access to healthy food. And so to see the inequities that we have in the urban populated areas versus the remote communities, it's not right. Every child should be able to have fresh fruits and vegetables and eat healthy so that they can aspire to greatness, to have hope.